Okay, so yesterday the CS2 market exploded and today it absolutely crashed. We're going to talk about why exactly this happened and how the gallery case went from $5 to $1 in about 1 hour, if even. From 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., it says $4 here. It was at $5 at peak. It went from $4 to what, like a buck 12, a buck 13. Why did this happen? Well, something I overestimated is that when you receive these drops as in-game items or you spend stars on them, let's say you get one at 8 a.m. You think it would be tradable or sellable 7 days later at 8 a.m., but that's not the case. They make them set to the same time. Like if I receive it on October, what would it be, 3rd, I guess? I guess no matter which time of the day, it's sellable at 3 a.m. Same with a day later. It would be sellable at like 3 a.m. Same with people that got drops on October 4th. They're sellable at 3 a.m. So I don't know why Valve did this because obviously it's going to lead to a huge influx of them being sold. Obviously, there's 700 being sold here and almost 40,000 being sold there. So what this means pretty much is every day at about 3 a.m. or whichever time it is for you, this is 3 a.m. Central for me, these things are going to crash because there's going to be a huge influx of people just waiting for that exact time to sell them and make the most amount of money from it. This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. If you've been looking to trade out your old boring skins for new ones, SkinsMonkey is the place. By clicking the link in the description, you'll get a 35% deposit bonus when depositing with cash and crypto, and up to a free $5 bonus on your first trade. So be sure to click that link. SkinsMonkey also has the freebies tab where they run 24/7 giveaways that are completely free to join with crazy skins. And if you're looking to actually get your hands on some good skins, SkinsMonkey is the quickest way to do it. So be sure to get that free $5 and 35% deposit bonus now, trading your CSGO skins with that link at the top of the description. Also, what that means is at 3 a.m. exactly, we're probably going to see just a massive crash in price that gets slowly bought up. Like still, they got from $1.13 to $1.40. I don't really know what price these things are going to stay at. Whoops, let me put this back up. I said 60 cents at the beginning because, I mean, that should be relatively what they're worth compared to the stars. So I'm in no rush to buy these things, to be completely honest with you. There's already 60,000 of them. So it does seem like more people bought them and held on to them than I expected personally. And that seems to be a main theme of this. There seems to be a lot of supply of everything. Now, that's technically not the quote-unquote worst of it. It's not really a bad thing, but here we go. Another crazy thing that happened is the M4 faded. Everything was looking good. $1,200 for this thing at the beginning. I don't know who bought it for $2,000, but it got up to $2,000 somehow in 1,900, and now it's at $500. Why did this happen? Well, we can note just, what is it, like 8 days later, I guess, since the beginning, there is currently 4,300 of these in existence, which relatively isn't an insane amount. Obviously, it's a lot, but there's 11,000 op fades out there, and they're half the price of them already. Well, something I completely didn't realize, and somebody actually pointed out to me in the comments, is there's no grays. There's no gray tier skins in these collections, which I did not realize. There is light blues, dark blues, purples, pinks, and reds. There is no grays. Why is this important? Well, because typically with CSGO collections, you have an 80% chance of getting a gray, and then it gets 5 times as rare for each one, leaving the covert at a 0.04% chance, or I believe it's a 1 in 3,906 chance. Now, since we have one of those tiers completely removed, everything is still 5 times rarer. Each tier is 5 times rarer than the previous one, but since we don't have a consumer grade, or gray, the M4 Fade and all of the other coverts are a 0.12% chance, and they're a lot more common than they used to be in the previous operation collections and all stuff like that. That's not what people really expected. So that's why not only are these going to be a lot more common, they're just going to be a lot cheaper as well because they are simply not as rare. Another thing is this absolutely makes sense for Valve to do. They don't make money from people selling these on third-party sites, so they have no reason to push anything above like $2,000. That's a max you could sell for something on the Steam market. So this is probably not a one-time thing. We're probably going to see this forever in the future, that they don't make hyper-exclusive items 1 in 3,000, 4,000 chances because they simply just don't make money from it. So them keeping things at this cheaper price is smart on their end. Also, one pretty significant mistake I made that I didn't realize is you can activate 5 Armory passes at once. For some reason, I thought you could only buy 5 of them at most. You could buy more than 5 of them, but you got to finish. You can't have more than 5 activated at once. So you got to finish one, get those 40 stars from it, and then you could buy more. So technically, cases or collections or whatever are not limited. You can't get only 100 cases. You could get as many as you want as long as you grind out the game. So Supply is not nearly as limited as we think it was. I still don't think that affects things like charms per se, because there is a ridiculous amount of rare patterns and stuff like that. But as we could see, supply is a lot higher than I think people expected it to be. And for those charms, actually a lot of them are still holding up really well in price. But I would say if you have stars at this point and you're looking for the most expensive thing to get, you should definitely wait. Who is buying this for $300? You should definitely wait a bit, because we need to see what supply is going to be like in a week. Obviously, it kind of sucks to wait, because then you have to wait out the 7-day trade hold after it. But I think that's a smart decision right now, to be completely honest with you guys, because based on this, it does seem like we're going to have a lot of supply out there. The Deagle, let me check supply again. This thing was at, I believe, 71,000 yesterday morning, 24 hours ago. It is at 95,000 now. That is crazy, and why the Deagle is not selling for very much. So personally, I would just say, honestly, the safe thing to do with your stars, if you really want to spend them, is just get cases. Now, don't sell them at 3 a.m. because that's when everybody's selling them, and they're going to probably be a bit cheaper than they should be. Then they get bought up a lot with people with buy orders, stuff like that. So you could get a few extra cents if you just wait, I guess, like 2 hours. It's probably a few hours after that. But these things might actually get to a cheap price. Now, we'll see where supply is, because I thought you could only get 200 max. You can now get pretty much infinite. So we'll see where that ends up. And do note that the CS devs, or at least one CS dev, responded to somebody's email to Gaben talking about this whole Armory thing and said the Armory was a permanent update now. This is going to be in the game forever. Now, the dev did say the Armory itself is not unlimited time event, and Armory passes and stars do not have an expiration date. If the contents or rules of the Armory change, then we'll announce it publicly ahead of updating the Armory. So, a couple of things we don't know. We don't know how long the Armory is going to last still. I've always bet on things like this lasting longer, because Valve is known to really take their time with stuff. I don't think all of these things are going to be out the same time the limited item goes out. I think that'd be too short, but we'll see where it ends up. At this point, I wouldn't be in too much of a rush to buy anything. I think prices are going to still come down significantly. There's only two groups of people who could sell stuff now. People that got an insane amount of stars the first day and the second day. So there's still not going to be that much supply out there. Let's wait on everything, see where prices end up after a week or two, and then I think we could start making decisions. Obviously, nobody wants to just spend stars on these cases and sell them for a loss, I assume. So the level that would actually be break even is 90 cents for these, or I guess, what would it be, 92 cents each for these cases. You get 80 cents for each of them. You get 20 of them in one pass, I guess, and then you get your $16 back for each pass. But I don't know if we're going to want to see people doing that, because I mean, in a week, these already went from $5 to $1.23, so I could very easily see that dropping quite a bit more, and you're not really making that much money at $1.23 either. Maybe you're making like $5 after Steam tax. So personally, for me, at this current point, obviously we don't know in a week where things are going to be at, but the cheapest charms are only 71 cents. If you get lucky and get a good charm, once again, we don't know how expensive these are going to be in a week, but they could pay for the price of possibly, like, we'll just say like 5 to 10 cases if you get lucky with a good charm. So personally, I've only bought charms so far. I'll even buy a charm right now to show you guys. We'll buy some small arms charms, but I think these are relatively the better thing to buy than cases right now. Is that a purple? Let's go. I think just risking it for the charms is a better idea unless something changes. Obviously, I cannot see into the future, but I'm personally spending money on charms right now instead of cases, because I mean, cases are like the really low risk thing to do, and maybe you'll get just over your money back at this point if you spend exclusively on cases. But that's no fun to me. I'm just buying charms. Also, the charm I just got is $3.50, which is the price of 3 cases. So it actually isn't bad. Obviously, I'm going to have to wait a week, and it's probably going to be a lot cheaper, but it's not bad. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Skins Monkey, free $5 bonus on your first trade. Link at the top of the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.